Yes. Here we are once again, which means, of course, it's a Wednesday at noon Eastern time for the High Noon Hemp Show. Of course, we're broadcasting live and video on demand on the Hemptations Beach Facebook page, the Jedi Hemp YouTube channel, and at Hemptations on Twitter. If you want the audio version, you want to see all this awesomeness and the graphics and our faces, that's fine too. Maybe you're driving somewhere, you just want the info, you just want to know what's up audio-wise. We can do that on Podbean, Google Play, and the iHeartRadio app. Just search the High Noon Hemp Show. I am Joe Claire, aka Stoner Jesus. I perform various tomfooleries and shenanigans on the interwebs, which you can search out. He is the man himself, Beach, high above the Hemptations in Sharonville, Ohio. The Hemp Quarters, if you will. Beach, how are things in the world of Hemptations this week?
Things are wonderful, I suppose. We're still celebrating what they call Star Wars Day. May the hemp be with you, which was yesterday, as you can see, and you will see later on the What Are You Wearing Beach. It is also Cinco de Hemp, which I kind of forgot about. I could have prepared for that.
That's true.
Possibly a little better, but welcome everyone. Either way, to the High Noon Hemp Show. It is high noon. It is Wednesday, and we are here. It's true, we're everywhere. The Hemptations Beach page, Twitter, the Jedi Hemp channel on YouTube, which is the feed that I watch. So if you're watching that and you have any questions, you can shoot them to me there. You can also shoot questions and comments to the Hemptations Beach page, and my partner in crime over there, Stoner Jesus, will do the appropriate thing with that information.
Indeed. I'm on the lookout.
Yeah. I want to. Last week we had technical difficulties. I mean, my internet was so down, I couldn't. I shouldn't do anything. I have no. It's never been like that before.
Yeah, I ended up getting the emails. I usually. Oh, there we go. As soon as you said that, you froze. Isn't that incredible? But yeah, Beach sent me emails last week. He sends me emails every week with what's going on, and they came like a half hour later. I guess whenever the internet finally coalesced and got its thing going, it finally sent through. But isn't that amazing? As soon as Beach talks about the internet problems last week and what's going on, his internet is listening. His internet's like, you know what? You're going to badmouth me. That's it. You're done. Cut it. Cut your feed. That's also a great Beach pose for technical difficulties. That's what we need. When the TV shows used to have technical difficulties, they used to bring that thing that says, sorry, we're having technical difficulties, and be some silly picture. That could be the picture of Beach right there. And I'll put, sorry, we're having technical difficulties, and have that picture of Beach. Anyway, you see, if you're watching the video version of the show running along the bottom, the locations, how to order online with Hemptations. If you're in Southwest Ohio, of course, there's 4 locations, 3 in Cincinnati and 1 in Dayton. Hemptations recently voted the best smoke shop and best green sustainable store in Cincinnati by the readers of City Beat in 2021. I have a crawl for that too as well that I'll bring in during the show. We have a lot of stuff planned on the show today. If Beach returns again, he was bad-mouthing his internet, and you know what? I don't think they like that. I think they have a problem with that. The internet gnomes that run the Wi-Fi. So you know what? That's enough. That's enough of the trash talk from Beach. You're done. I hear the sirens going off too. First Wednesday of the month, the air raid sirens go off. I don't know why. They test them. Worry about the Russians attacking. Which is a bit of a. It's news mostly for weather, in all seriousness, but still, it's weird when it starts going off. I feel like I should get under my table and duck and cover from the incoming Russian attack. Still waiting for Beach to return. Hopefully his internet is not still having problems. I don't know. The technology, I've said it so many times, it gets old at this point, but the technology gives us all this ability, but it takes it away just like that. And then, like I said, you're done. Beach should talk about how great his internet is and how much he loves it and pet his router like a dog. Good internet. Thank you, internet, for allowing me to stream outside of this building. In any case, we seem to await the return of Beach. As I said, there's that crawl for the best smoke shop and best green sustainable store in Cincinnati. It's been best smoke shop for many years. as voted by readers of City Beat. Now, best green sustainable store as well. The accolades, the awards, they just keep coming for Hemptations, hemptations.com. Go check out the locations. I know there's a big thing going on in Cincinnati this week, or not this week, but this month, as far as like hemp and cannabis and such. So if you're in town for that, hey, check out Hemptations. Just go to hemptations.com. All the locations are there. You can get directions to the locations, whichever one's closest to you. Go to the farthest one, whatever. There's cool different stuff in each one. Sharonville, for instance, has the most clothes. O'Brienville's the original one. It's just there's so much. There's so much to see and do and talk about. I'm not getting any mess. There we go. I hear a boop. I heard a boop, which means Beach has returned. As soon as you started badmouthing the internet, that was it.
That was it. I can't do it. What's
No.
funny is my iPad never went down. My computer, which is hardlined, went out. I will continue to be confused by technology, but I am back. Thank you.
I was just telling everybody you should just talk nothing but good things about your internet. Maybe pet your router or your Wi-Fi like a puppy.
I love the internet.
It's the greatest.
The internet is brought to you by Hemp, which we love. So anyway, as I was trying to get to, these difficulties we had last week, we canceled, blah blah blah. But if you watched the last show that we had, of course you got to see Jason Gann, who played Wilford, be on the show. I want to thank him again. And good news is, and we discussed this, he was talking about releasing the Wilford CBD dog treats. Well, guess what? He did it. Just happened this week. And so I am sure that we'll be picking those up in the store. Congratulations to Wilfred and the Wilfred clan on the releasing of the dog treats. It's a huge market. I talk to people in the stores all the time whose dogs either have separation anxiety or anxiety, which is real. And there was even an article I just read recently about said. And again, as a testament, we use ZBD treats for our Dobie, who hates lightning like it's out to kill her, and has a little bit of separation anxiety as well. I usually give her some CBD if she's going to be at home. She comes to work with me, so she doesn't have to stay at home a lot. But when she does, I tend to give her a little bit of CBD before I leave the house, just to because she definitely wants to be around us all the time. So I think when we're not around, that weighs heavy on the brain, which is a lot of dogs. I talk to a lot of people that have dogs that have those same situations going on. So look for the Wilfred dog treats at Hemptations soon. We'll work that out. And again, congratulations to those guys over there for getting those out and on the shelves at places.
Absolutely.
I know I've been doing a lot of hemp eyewear recently, and so I went to the hemp eyewear. That's their name. There are other companies that are using hemp in their eyewear, but hemp eyewear, if you go to their website, they actually have a try on some styles, and so I did that. So here's a couple pics of me and a couple styles I don't have. The round ones, I've always wondered if I had the right hat on. This look gives me my Les Claypool kind of look these days.
There you go.
And they're kind of fun. And then these next ones are kind of again on that sport kind of look, a little bit different. Again, kind of like retro, maybe 50s appliances for women, even kind of frame there.
Yeah.
But those are kind of fun. They look futuristic, but they're really like based on like a really old frame. I think that when they want to portray someone as a librarian, they put them in this kind of frame, with the reading glasses chain hanging down. I'm stereotyping myself as a librarian in hemp sunglasses. So
very cool librarian, though.
I like that idea. Hey, aren't all librarians cool all in all? I mean, the person that gets to oversee the books,
that's right.
That's a pretty cool human, in my opinion. They may not be portrayed as that. They're always portrayed as kind of like, kind of mean,
Yeah.
but honestly, I think I'd rather. You guys hear that? Yeah. Man, what the hell? Oh, oops, there I am. But I don't think anybody still can't hear me. Still can't. Whoop. Do we have audio? Oh, okay. So actually, I think you can hear me. Okay, everybody, I'm going to go on with the show. Okay, so actually, I think you can. Best I can. Check Facebook. Um, I can hear me on YouTube. So I don't know what's going on with that. In all honesty, but I can hear me on YouTube. Let me go check um, Facebook real quick and see if you can hear me on Facebook too. Um, but man, oh, the situations we're having today. um, I don't know. See, it's not letting me look on Facebook to see. I hate this. I swear to God, Facebook is. I don't want to badmouth them. Maybe I'm live. Am I? Am I here? Okay, let me just check and see. Okay, well, I'm still live. So here's the deal. I'm going to go ahead with the show, best I can. Um, we can have him. I don't know. Maybe I can. Okay, I'm going to go on to product spotlight. Um, you guys can hear me, and so we'll go to product. I'll do this. Maybe I don't know if he can read this or not. Joe, if you can read this, we're going to do the product. The first product that I have is the Hemptations Delta 8. Um, and so I don't know. This is the weirdest. This is the weirdest show ever. Um, now that I don't know what's really going on or what we should do. Okay, so I'm going to hold this up to him and maybe he can see it. Or maybe I'm just doing this um, one way or another. We may not have the pictures that I really want to have this week, but I'll just go ahead and do the best that I can because I'm here and I'm doing. Um, the first product, we actually have dropped our own Delta 8 tincture. And so we now have a um, tincture in. Can I write a message? How do I write a message to that? Oh, here it is. Um, I can't spell right now. You guys can see that. I don't know if you can. Um, but yeah, we have our own Delta 8 tincture now, which is very popular. Right now, we're doing a 900 milligram. If you didn't see that, um, and so um, the next product that I was going to spotlight was the Hemptation, or not Hemptation, the Just CBD bath bombs. Again, a very popular product. If you need to soak, relax, or recover from a workout, things like that, they come in different scents and whatnot. And we just got a new order of those, so we're completely stocked up. Um, the next product on the product spotlight would have been the hemp products that we have, and this is the powder hemp powder. We have a hemp organic powder. We have a just a regular powder for your smoothie or to make anything. There it is, um, that you want to um, make from hemp. Um, and so and the last product, again, the Wichita Farm stuff has become very popular. And this is their actual CBD deodorant. I've been looking for a new line of deodorant since we lost a lot of deodorant. This has CBD in it. I am going to try to pick up a new line of hemp based deodorant as well. But the Wachita Farms really do a great job on their products. Very popular since we've picked them up. And four from the store, as I like to say, one from my door. The one from my door, and I know I've showed this before, but this is the hemp product that I carry every day. Now, this particular hemp product probably counts for about 20 hemp items in my collection because this hemp bag is full of other hemp stuff, from my hemp towel to my hemp knife, to a couple more hemp pens. I carry one on me all the time. Um, but those are my spare, my extra hemp pens. I think I have purple ink in my pen that I carry in my pocket. I think the one in my bag has green ink in it just to mix it up. And then I have one that's like one of the original first hemp pens that they had ever made that I had picked up back at NOCO 3 or 4 years ago, probably. And so I love my hemp pens. I love my hemp composite. There's my hemp backpack that I carry every day. I think I weighed it once. The average weight is about 20 pounds. Um, because I got my laptops and I just have so much stuff in there because I might need it. I never know when I need it. My hemp sunglasses are in there. My CBD and my hemp gum, um, all in there. So that's the product from my door. Four from the store, one from my door on the product spotlight. Um, Now let's get on to my introduction. Usually Joe steps up here. Stoner Jesus loves and believes that this is the best thing on the internet. I like to love and believe that this is the best thing on the internet, especially if you're looking for hemp clothing like I wear every day. So this next section we call it, "What are you wearing, Beach?" Well, I'm a little I am definitely still on the May the 4th be with you with this outfit. I've got my grassroots Team Death Star grassroots hat, my hemp company long sleeve button down, still a little chilly here in the mornings. And then I've got my hemp company Jedi tee on. Do or do not. It's probably one of the greatest statements to live by that you can live by. You'll see my Hempy's belt holding up my Orphis pants there, and you look real close, you can see my Green Springs Technology pen sticking out of my pocket. I've got some Hempist boxer briefs on and Satori socks with the canna leaf, as well as, and then my Wicked boots. We've been getting a lot of rain, so it's wet and crappy out. So if you woke up this morning, you're waking up now and you're saying, "What are you wearing, Beach?" Now you know. On the High Noon Hemp Show, I am now on the Temptations Beach feed, although it's kind of wacky there. I don't really see it's not telling me what's going on if you're commenting or not. But apparently we are still live there. But it's like half the screen. That's kind of weird. It's like half of me on the screen. Oh, is that me doing that, or is that just the way it looks on? We're on the Temptations Beach, and you can only see half of me. That is really weird. I don't know if it's really coming through like that to everyone. No, I don't know. I think it's just my computer. Anyway, I'm gonna stop paying attention to that. Start paying attention to you because you're here for the High Noon Hemp Show. And we're halfway through. It's going to be a quick show, semi-quick, even with all the situations we've been having. So let's get on to a little bit of news. Some stuff I found. I've been finding a lot of cool stuff out there. I found an article on the 5 most sustainable fabrics for eco-friendly fashion. And of course, number 3, organic hemp. Organic hemp's even more friendly than regular hemp, but hemp for fiber is organic by nature for the most part. You don't have to really use any chemicals on it to grow it when you're growing for fiber. Uh, they say it makes for long lasting fabric. I guess the organic is much better for a long lasting fabric that can also be composted. Mentioning that hemp poundage per acre, water use, and time to grow are all better than cotton. And they also mentioned that you can get 30 years out of a hemp shirt, whereas you get about 10 years out of a cotton shirt. And I'll have to say that when you check the closet, I'm going on 26 years. I'm sure that I've got a hemp shirt in my closet that's at least 25, 26 years old. I don't have too many hemp shirts that got holes in them. I would say that I set the world record for different hemp shirts a day. I think at 171 or 168, I forget. A different hemp shirt every day. I think I probably have close to 200 hemp shirts. And out of all those shirts, I've had 3, 4, 5 in my head that got holes in them. 1 or 2 of those shirts were pretty old by the time they got holes in them. 1 or 2 of those shirts were actually pretty new. So the blend was an issue, apparently. And so, it's still getting worked out, but it is still so much better all the way around. And we're going to see a lot of jeans today on today's show as well. And let's start that showing of jeans. This is a pic of Lenzing's new Bast, and these have the leaf on the jean. Yeah, this is kind of fun because if you look pretty closely there, you can see the pocket has like a big hemp leaf sewn right below it. So that is definitely very, very cool. This is again Lenzing's, and they're called the Bast Recast. And so, if you don't know, Bast is part of the outer shell of the hemp plant. It's not really the fabric, though. It's what we refer to, also known as shiv, as the small little pieces. But I love that Bast Recast collection, made from Tencel Lyocell hemp blend. And this is another what they're calling cottonized hemp because they're making it soft like cotton. And that was provided by a company called Kingdom, which I did not know about. And apparently, Kingdom is one of the world's largest linen yarn and hemp yarn manufacturers. So I'm going to have to check out this Kingdom company. I feel like they're in Europe, not the United States. I don't, I would almost guess that. I don't know. They could be a Chinese company for all I know. But that would kind of make sense. Kingdom, the world's largest linen, one of the world's largest linen yarn and hemp yarn manufacturers, are making or part of this lensing design of hemp jeans and jackets. Um, this next pick, if you like to do a food of the, I don't know, it's not really a food of the month. It's actually just order the ingredients and then make them food kind of deals. Um, this this one company had this, and this is a Menya Jiro ramen vegan. Oh, that's what it was. It was all about vegan dinners. So if you're a vegan and you want, they mail you the ingredients, so it's vegan. Um, this was a spicy hemp miso ramen meal kit. Now, I will have to say it serves four for $129. And it does come with what I believe you can see on top there, hemp seeds. Back. Hello, everyone. Sorry, man. This has been one terrible, terrible episode of the High Noon Hemp Show. I can do nothing but say nothing. Anyway, let's get on with it. Hopefully, we can get through with no more glitches. Get you guys on here today a little bit hemp smarter than you were before we had all the glitches. We are seeing, and I knew this was, eventually going to happen. It's already happening. We're seeing a huge reduction in the amount of CBD hemp growing in the United States. I think we, I think we hit a peak for sure 2 years ago. I think we had less last year, and I think we're going to have less this year. That being said, it's still a lot that's being grown. I did see in Kentucky their licensing and processing um, were down last year. Uh, the total sales, I think, was down almost 60 million, which is kind of a bummer. But again, that's everybody else getting in the game, all the other states getting in the game. Everybody all of a sudden has all this product. So there's definitely had to be a balancing act somewhere. And luckily for the consumer, this works out well because it means prices will continue to drop, and so that's a good thing, because uh, CBD was priced like THC when it hit the market, and when it hit the market originally, it was really, I mean, super super expensive. And then it started to kind of challenge, and then now it is less, and it still needs to come down, um, because this is an over the counter product that everyone can benefit from, and it shouldn't be expensive. It really shouldn't at this point, especially now, since there's so much getting grown, one way or another. This is kind of interesting. Linda Carter, actress Linda Carter, um, she found CBD oil in her daughter's room and was very concerned about her. Her daughter is an adult, and her daughter wanted to have, she wanted to be sterilized. She told, her mom was concerned about it. All of a sudden, she's daughter says, "I want to be sterilized." So all of a sudden, all these things, wow, I'm all worried about you. It was her personal choice to be sterilized. As she said, she does not want to have kids or bring kids into this world. I think that as she gets older, she may change her mind on that. Um, but the most interesting part of all this is she used that Linda Carter's daughter was using the CBD because she has epilepsy and it helped with her seizures. I think the weirdest thing with that is, I guess that she didn't ever tell her mom that she used CBD for her epilepsy and her seizures. But again, I think the lesson here is I think some people still feel scared to tell people that they're using CBD or any cannabis, um, because there's still a lot of misinformation out there on it. And so, I think we are getting back to the days which kind of stopped because of COVID, um, of the major side effect of using CBD as being telling everyone you're using CBD. I mentioned that before. That was someone's tweet once. One of the major side effects of using CBD is telling everyone you're using CBD. And it's true because it helps, and people were telling people because it helped them, and they were hoping that it could help someone else. It's not like they're bragging about using CBD because it makes them cool. They were bragging or talking about it or telling people about it because it was helping them, and it is helping them, and it helps a lot of people. And so I think that now people are getting back out. We're going to see kind of that return of people telling more people about CBD and how it can benefit them. So interesting stuff. Uh, Here's another pick of some jeans. This is a pick of the company called AG. And they call these um, jeans of tomorrow, is what this line is called. I love all these names of the hemp jeans. Um, and again, they're making a jean jacket, and these just look like, they're finally getting into a market of just regular looking jeans and regular looking jean jackets. And so, but they're made of 100% biodegradable denim, which I think, well, I guess not all denim would be biodegradable depending on what it is. But it's organic cotton, tencel, and hemp. And so here is yet another company, designer company, getting into the hemp game. Um, this is AG. AG is the name of the designer. Um, Here's some bad news slash we'll see what happens news. The DEA interim ruling has stood that basically states that the DEA can raid, arrest, and hold accountable anyone growing cannabis with 0.4% or more THC. Um, there's a lot of state laws out there that say if your THC limit is above the zero point 0.4 or zero point 0.3, but below a certain, then you just have to destroy it. Okay. Um, Now, this makes every one of those crops susceptible to the DEA, which, again, according to the Controlled Substance Act and the farm bills, um, the DEA would obviously, because that would be considered marijuana, 0.4% or more, would be considered marijuana, which is still on the controlled substance list, which is still under the jurisdiction of the DEA. We are trying to get that number raised to 1%, which would be great. I think that the DEA coming in and arresting a hemp farmer for 0.5% THC is absolutely ludicrous. It is, again, this will, I think, send some wannabe hemp farmers or whatnot the other direction, just in case. And so I think that again they're not intentionally growing 0.4% or higher THC. Now, of course, ignorance is no excuse for breaking the law, as they say. Um, but on the other hand, there has to be a common sense barrier that says, yes, we can hold them accountable. Again, they have to destroy it. Can't go to market, can't be used for anything. Um, can't, it's not legal commodity anymore. But it sure shouldn't mean. I mean, can you imagine the poundage? We're talking hundreds of pounds of cannabis, 0.4%, 0.5%, 0.6%, worthless to the THC market, so to speak. But that amount, federal charges, you could go to life prison for life right now under the Controlled Substance Act for dealing in hundreds of pounds. And so now we'll see what happens in the future. News is the judge, basically the way he ruled this and the way he stated the ruling, he kind of left it open to say this can still be challenged. And so they may have to challenge it from a different angle. The HIA, Hemp Industry Association, was the one that was trying to get this ruling uh, deemed illegal or whatnot. And again, from what the judge, basically how the judge ruled, it was the direction that the HIA came at this ruling that kind of caused him to still uphold the ruling. And so hopefully there are some other angles that the hemp industries can take um, to come up with something that's more logical, something that makes more sense. I mean, because here now all of a sudden, of course, the DEA has a lot less to do because of if they're not invited to a state, they can't do anything in a state, regardless of whether cannabis is on a controlled substance list. But all of a sudden, they get complaints about 0.5% THC, and we're in trouble. Anyway, let's hope for the best there, and we really need to get this 1% THC, 1% THC. And again, it can be classified as a whole different something, but it should still be legal regardless. That is for sure. Okay, here's the last pick of hemp jeans that we're going to show this week. This company is called Madwell, and they're releasing their new summer weight denim, and it's going to be released in 4 of their lines. And they're using a hemp cotton blend that is so soft it's subtly stretchy. They say, ooh, and so and I believe, if I'm not correct, no, I don't. I think that this may be a women's clothing company, so they all everything that they do is women's. I think they did. I did see they're going to make a jean jacket as well using this hemp, as well as a couple other lines of their jeans that they make. Um, and so, well, I'm going to leave you on this. Brooke Shields. Brooke Shields credits CBD facial product for saving her skin during menopause. It had 500 milligrams of CBD oil in it. And I think the lesson here is ladies, if you use facial cream or anything like that, you can always just take some CBD and drop it in there, mix it in, and then blend it in. It doesn't necessarily have to be a CBD facial product to get the benefits. You can add the CBD, especially with our CBD, which is in hemp oil. You can just add that to whatever product you're already using and get that benefits out of it. And this is something that I've always recommended, especially with the tincture, because I'm the one thing that you can do with our tincture, especially, is use it sublingually, so it's running through that endocannabinoid system and it gets out into your body where it needs it. And you can also use it topically. You can add it to whatever lotion is your favorite lotion now, and it has great benefits to the skin. We know if you're trying to target any areas of inflammation or anything like that, a lotion works very well for that. And so once again, you can just use the CBD tincture in with your lotion and get those benefits there, because we're finding a lot of our customers are finding the benefits of the anti-inflammatory part of CBD. I think that's why it's a great facial cream. I mean, when you think about it, the one thing that all these anti-aging, and I hate that anti-aging, that's not possible. We can't go back in time. Um, but a lot of these target wrinkles. I mean, their whole goal is to get wrinkles gone. And again, I feel like anything, those wrinkles can be caused by inflammation. Obviously, CBD would benefit from that. Hemp oil is great for the skin, very nutritional for the skin. And so you've got that going for you. And obviously, Brooke Shields is very concerned about her looks. She always has been. Um, and so if she's willing to come out and say this helped her, and again, I don't think she was endorsing, that's the difference. And she wasn't endorsing the product, she was endorsing the CBD. Um, and so, that's the difference too. And we should listen to people um, as to whether they're just trying to sell you the product or they actually used it and it helped them. And that's why they're telling you about it. Again, one of the biggest side effects of using CBD is telling people you're using CBD. Um, so there you have it. That's all the news for today's show. A couple events, of course, the big one coming up here in Cincinnati, May 19th and 20th, is the Ohio and Kentucky Cannabis and Hemp Expo at the Duke Energy Center. If you're coming into town for that, definitely come and check out Hemptations. June 1st, we've got the National Cannabis Festival at RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. Go celebrate all things cannabis, including hemp, at the National Cannabis Festival June 1st. June 5th, you got a Hemp-Padelphia Expo at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center. And that's going to include hemp clothing, hemp jewelry, CBD, and medical marijuana stuff. And so that's a little bit of everything, full-bodied cannabis as well, at the Hemp-Padelphia Expo at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center, June 5th. And then at the end of June, we got a couple. June 25th and 27th, we have both the Pennsylvania Hemp Festival in Honesdale, Pennsylvania, and we also have the Southern Atlantic Hemp and Arts Expo in North Carolina, Fletcher, North Carolina. So, and then July, we got Hemp Week, July 17th to the 23rd. So, all right, folks, there you have it for the High Noon Hemp Show. I want to thank you for watching wherever you watch, Twitter, Hemptations Beach page, Jedi Hemp on YouTube, all the other areas. And so I am sure that hopefully Joe will be back next week with his voice, with a new mixer. I'm glad that my voice actually stood. This is one of the bizarre times where I am working and he is not. And so we can only appreciate that for the sense that I hope you're here to see me. I hope you're here to watch me. And for once, it actually worked out semi-okay. Thanks again, folks, for watching the High Noon Hemp Show. And remember, you can go back and listen to the podcast at iHeart and all those other pod people that host pod shows that we're on. Just search the High Noon Hemp Show no matter where you go. And join the Jedi Hemp channel on YouTube if you're a YouTuber. And watch us there anytime that you want. And we'll be back next week, hopefully. And remember, reduce, reuse, recycle, make everything else out of hemp. Having Hemptations.